Hello, YouTubes, and yeah, YouTube people, anyone watching this video. It is Monday, February 13th, I believe, and I've got a good little bit of time here before I'm scheduled to be in at work, so I figured I'd go ahead and make the promised update on Lightning, my electric bike conversion. Might have to move things around a little bit to get better lighting, as I'm currently in the hotel still for my job that I'm doing here in northern Minnesota. But yeah, my plan is to go ahead, and things are going really well. Everything's going really well. I've got a lot of footage still of the trip here, but since people had been asking for an update video on the bike, I figured I'd just go ahead and do that, even though it's a good 2, maybe 3 months since I first uploaded those other conversion videos. So with that, let's go ahead, and I'm going to grab the camera and turn it around. I figured I'd put it like this. I still don't have a camera tripod, but it's coming.
Soon, my Padawan.
Alright, so I lost a little bit of I don't know why, but some of the first part of the footage on my little update video didn't come through, but yeah, I managed to get better light anyhow. So the part of the footage that didn't really come through good was the bit pertaining to my display unit. So here's my display unit right here. I could probably turn it on. I think I've got the oh no, actually the battery's not plugged in right now, because usually when I get done with a ride, I go ahead and disconnect the battery, and so the battery is now charging. There's the little charger. Light goes green. Oh, by the way, the battery was about, so it's down here, the battery was about $150 including shipping. So yeah, once again, that's a 48 volt 20 amp hour, which comes out to 960 watts of power, and many things affect how much distance you get. It was very windy on my ride, for example. I had a good 15 mile per hour wind, headwind, and that increases the power consumption considerably. Of course, also, so does having a lot of weight in the trunk, groceries, a case of beer, etc. Me sitting on it. The whole thing, the motor itself, I actually weighed it. So there's the motor. You might not be able to see it too well. The whole kit, there's the wheel, you'll remember from the opening. It actually weighs, the back wheel with the motor weighs about 17 pounds. It feels like it weighs more than that. But one thing that, so here's the display, and here's the control knob. So I get up to 5 power assist from 1 to 5, and this is the button that increases the power assist setting, and you decrease it there, and then that's the on off button, and you can get some other items. Pretty basic setup. And even though I don't have the power assist setting hooked up to the pedals, pedal assist is I believe what it's called, I don't actually have that hooked up to the pedals, but it still controls the setting that you put it at, still controls how fast you go. So for example, if I set it at the highest level, I get about 31, maybe 32 miles per hour, which is very fast, although maybe not so fully weighted down. And I'm going to cover this, I'm going to upholster this. This is just you know, more important. Comfort here is more important than aesthetics in this instance, so that's why that is like that. But my plan is to upholster that, and of course then I've just got the regular road bike seat underneath there. So one thing, let me just stir my rice right quick, making some rice for lunch tonight. Get a sip of my coffee. Whoops, that might be covering that up. Making some steam in bag rice. I'm just going to turn this over right quick. I really like this stuff, so I might be able to do this just with my hand. You just get this. It is white rice, so maybe not the best in the world for you, but yeah, I think I can just turn that over carefully, like so. Get my spoon here. And just back that up a bit. So you basically just cover the bag with water, and even in the microwave I find this works swimmingly. Put the spoon back over there. And then microwave it for about, I used really hot water going in, so anywhere from 7 to 12 minutes or so. And let's see, let's go ahead and time cook. How about another 3:45? That's good. And start. Okay, so my rice is cooking. What am I going to have with it? I don't know. I've got a bagel here. I've got some eggs. I ate all my cheese, the rest of my cheese last night, so no more cheese. Anyways, back to the update on lightning. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to point out, because the light's a little bit better here, is you can see my cable management, which came out really, really good. The 3 main cables come down along here, and then I just managed to get them so that they don't interfere at all. I can turn the steering wheel pretty much 180 at least, if not slightly more than 180, probably about 200 degrees on both sides, without the cables binding or interfering with the turn. And then I basically ran all 3 of these black wires down here, and then just kind of I lined them up pretty neatly, actually. Really pleased with the way this came out. Of course, the bike is filthy right now, once again in need of a bath, but the way this line came out with the white and the red, and even the black, this here is part of the bike paint job, so you almost can't tell that it's a converted bike. There's really not a lot that gives it away, even the large hub. And then this here is the wire, which is completely crammed with. I see that my little thing is off the nut here. Oh well. All right. So yeah, the little black cord, which matches the black of the rack, just runs right up here, and I had that tied off right here with a black tie, and then it comes right up here and through here, up here, and into the control box. Yeah, so you can't really tell except for these wires right here, which could be routed better. My plan originally was to build a little wooden box right here, and I think I will. I still intend to do that with ventilation, of course, and also being able to close that ventilation off to put the battery. No idea why the auto power went off. At any rate, let's continue. I've got to figure out why I see a little auto sign on my camera. Anyways, let's continue. So then the control wires actually come up. So this is a platform that I built on the rack, which I use to attach. There's a bit of junk in my trunk right now, but basically I attached this tub. Here's a little tail light that I just got recently, and that has a few different features, but yeah, and then I also put some high visibility reflective tape here on the back. And yeah, this trunk situation I built, I just kind of put it together, put some sort of like carriage bolts through onto a piece of wood which is underneath this, and then screwed it on so that I can remove it relatively easily. And yeah, so this is basically my trunk. I just have this plastic bag in here so that when I'm in inclement weather, I can just cover it up. I've got some bungees. These are actually sort of some homemade panniers, which I just tie up when not in use, putting them underneath this bungee cord here, and then this flap covers them. It's just an Aldi's bag. So haven't really used the panniers yet because the trunk mostly carries everything I need, like the case of beer I'm about to go get, and a couple of shirts, I think. But it's a beautiful day. I should take my camera with me. It's so nice. Maybe let me get some camera footage while I'm on the road. I haven't done that yet. So basically, to get back, the wires, all of the electrical comes into here, into this bag, and here's my battery, which is not hooked up right now, but I'll go ahead and set it out. So this is a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery. This is the charging cable right here. This is the charging adapter, and this is the part that connects to the corresponding cable here. I think that's an RX or an XT60 connector. Pretty sure that's an XT60. And there's the control box, and I have it inside of this bag because when I'm riding outside, it's been quite cold here. Today is quite warm at 35 degrees, I think, but we've been down into the negative 15s, negative 20s. And the roads, we haven't had too much snow, so I've been able to take Lightning out for a good number of rides, both utility and pleasure. But the cold is so severe, and I've noticed a definite decay of power if my battery is able to get too cold. So if I put it in here and then zip this bag up, the control box, which puts out a fair bit of heat, I think it helps to keep the lithium battery warm. I definitely notice a difference. And then we've just got some various accoutrements here. Here's the charger, which I just keep kind of neatly wrapped up and keep it with me in case I stay overnight somewhere or something. Then I have just like a little knee pad. It's a little foam knee pad that I cut. This is one of the most useful pieces of gear that I have. I'm going to back the bike up here in a second, and I just have like a little, I don't know, tear from a bandana, a little bit of bike chain care, keep thing lubed up, and some bungees. And of course I will throw my bike lock in there too, although I really haven't had to use it much here. Small town life, you know. Mostly pretty well behaved people. So yeah, the profile of the, I'm just going to back this up here. I'm going to turn this off for a second and move the bike back there onto that towel so we can get maybe a little bit of light on the other side and check out the motor. So yeah, basically this is my living situation still here in a hotel for a while yet. And yeah, kind of tough to do dishes with. I need to get a dish pan too, but yeah, not horrible as accommodations go. Got my guitar with me from Jared's. Can't play very loudly in the hotel, but yeah, all in all, let me go ahead and, oh yeah, and as I was saying before the power, or not the power, yeah, the power went out on my camera. We had a power outage, so I decided to go ahead and pick up some candles there, and yeah, makes the hotel room feel a bit more homey for sure. And this is my basic cooking station here. There we go, got a little microwave and this refrigerator, which is actually the largest one I've had yet because I've been in 3 different hotels since I've been here. Got a little bit of the you know, most. Alright, through the magic of editing and such. Oh wow, this is not coming through very well lit. I don't know, it might be coming up better on the camera. It looks pretty dark though. I need lighting. Yep, lighting and a tripod. But you can, so yeah, actually the motor goes through on the other side. I put in the tube that I bought for the back is a one of those green slime tubes, and that has worked really well. I've been running with the tire pressure a little bit. Hey YouTube. I've been running with both the front and the rear tire pressure probably 20 pounds under recommended spec, which is for this bike about 110 pounds per square inch. So actually I've been running them about 75 pounds. So a good 25 to 35 pounds below spec, because it gives me much better traction in the snow and when I hit icy spots. And this being a road bike already, with the super thin tires, any more that I can get, I definitely want. can kind of see a little bit better here, maybe the cable management. That actually just came out really, really well. I'm very happy with that. You can't see it on this side of the top. If the bike was turned around, you could see the cable management a bit better. But yeah, definitely time for a bath. You can kind of see not too much, but some of the detail of the rack here. There's just a piece of wood attached to the metal rack with screws and bolts. And then on top of this piece of wood, I attached another larger piece of wood and then attached the trunk to that with four basically like lag bolts or carriage bolts with wing nuts so that I could easily remove them. So yeah, this all in all works pretty well at pedal assist setting 3, which I change right here. This is how I turn it on and whatnot. When it's hooked up, I get about 14 miles per hour, 13 to 14 miles per hour, and I get about 15 miles of distance out of that. So my plan is to get another battery, at least one more, if not two more, because you can get connectors that will allow you to hook up to 3 batteries at a time. They're kind of expensive, so we'll see how that goes, but maybe I'll try to keep enough battery power to get some footage outside too, traveling down the roads here. We'll see. Otherwise, in the meantime, that's the update for now. A little bit of an update. Wow, that's really dark. Meanwhile, I guess, see, I can turn this around. There we go. Do I have any light at all? That's not much in the way of light, is it? That's maybe a little better. Peace, YouTube.